Hi and welcome to Java NetBeans tutorial of train ticketing system. This system was actually at the request of the following guy. His name is Michael Ryder, and this is what he requested, and I put together this beautiful tutorial for him. Let me start by selecting standard ticket, and for an adult destination, let's say Queen's Park. So what we need to do is click on total, and that is what you get. That's the tax. The tax plus the subtotal will give you the total right there. And here, this is the ticket itself. That's the class, which is standard one-way ticket for an adult. There's no child, and it's from London to Queen's Park. The date, the time, ticket number, then the price of the ticket, and route, any route. Okay, if I select, let's say select economy, click on that to reset, and let's say it's Oxford, and we just need to press total. So for the economy, we need to select an option there. So that's the child, and that's what you get for the economy. Okay, supposing, let me reset this. Supposing I now select first class and click on this, that's what you get for the first class. Okay, and let's go back to Queen's Park and give economy a go. Okay, you see that? That's the economy price, and here is the ticket, like I said earlier on. So what I will do next is to take you guys straight into Java development environment and show you how I've put this together. However, part of the design, you can see rail tracks there. That will be all for now. So let me just take you guys straight into Java development environment, and you see how this was put together. Okay, let's go into Java right now. Okay, let's start a new tutorial or a new project. Select Java, make sure it's Java application, click on next, and just give it a name. Let's call it train ticket. Alright, that's fine. And I'm going to uncheck this main class, click on next, or click on finish. So that's my project file folder right there. Right click on the folder itself, go to new and select JFrame there. Now give that the name. So that's the name of my project. Okay, so I'm just going to call it that. Okay, that's the name of the project right there. Get rid of that. Okay, so that's the name of the park. So just click on finish there. So we're now in new development environment. So let's just set our preferred size. I'm going to make that about, let's go for 1400 by 700 there. Okay, that's the preferred size is sorted. So I'm just going to now enlarge the size of that to give me some room to put the project together. And right up here, let's add a panel there. That panel will be for that panel will be just for the heading. So come to border. Okay, if you can't see your border, you should find it somewhere here. Let's look for the border. That's the border right there. Change the border, and let's just change that to select line border and change that to about 8. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's good. And the next thing is, let's enter a label right there. A label, place a label there, and change that to train ticketing system. Okay, that's it right there. Let's change the font size. I'm going to change the font size to something readable, and let's make that maybe 96 there. So that's the train ticketing system right there. So let's move this up. Nice, that's good. Okay, now the next thing I will do is let's add a logo here. So to add my logo, I'm gonna need it. I might as well use a label as well. Drop the label right there, and now come to the text property of the label. Well, first thing, let's change the font type to Waiting. Okay, that's fine, and change the size to 96. Okay, so now come in here and paste that. Okay, if you cannot find this very logo, you can always find the logo track. You can find that in Microsoft Word right here. Let's change that to 90 and you'll see it now. Okay, can you see it is from Microsoft Word? That's fine. Close that. Just minimize it. That's fine. Okay, now we know where the logo, we have found the logo, and the logo is Weddings. Okay, now the next thing is I'm now going to try and speed this up so that it doesn't take too much time with the design. But then we need two panels. Panel right here, one here. Drag this down. In fact, we need 3 of those. Okay, just change the border style of that panel as well to 8 there, and just copy it across. Select copy and paste it there. So one of it will be down here. Drag that down, and one more panel. Paste another one there. Move that to the right. Let's move it here. That's good. Now extend it upwards. Okay, so if I choose to run my system right now, let's just save, compile and run. Let's just to see how it looks like. Okay, click on OK, and that is how it looks right now. It's looking just like the previous tutorial. Alright, so let's close the system now. The next thing is to enter as follows. Okay, there we go. So let's just populate the system with the following. Let's go for a radio button. I need a radio button here, 1. Change the font size of that radio button to about 24 here. That's fine, 24. Make that bold, make it 24. Click on OK. Just copy it across, copy, and just paste. That's 2, and change the text content of that to standard. That is fine, and this will be economy. And then there's an E missing. Let's change that there. One more of those. Edit, paste. Okay, drag it down, and this will be known as first class. So what I'll do next is just speed up the interface development so that you guys see, so that this won't take too long. Okay, this is how the interface is looking right now. This is how the application is looking right now. You can see that Okay, right here I have all my radio buttons there. These are all radio buttons. These are labels. Labels here, labels there, and here is a combo box. In the combo box, I've actually set the model to as follows. There they are. Okay, that's the name of the stations there, and the font size is 24. Okay, let me show you the other panels. Right here I have subtotal, task, and total. These are labels. Then I have buttons here. Okay, reset, exit, total. And I also have on the other panel as follows: labels. These are all labels. Every single component in here are all labels. Okay, that's all there is to it. So the next thing I will do now is before I start coding, let's import some components. So let's go into the source code and import as follows. Okay, I've imported the color because I'm going to change the background color to maybe something black, and I've imported this simple date and time because I'm going to use that for my date and time as well, and the calendar for date and time. Then random, just to generate random ticketing numbers or ticket numbers. Okay, that's that. So let's start with the background first. So with the background, we'll now right click and select an event. So right click, so event, let's go for window activate right there. Good. And right here we enter the following lines of codes there. Okay, so I've selected the color I want. You can always change your color to anything you want. If I press that, see those are different colors, so I've just selected black. Okay, the next thing you see up here is the system.exit. That's just for the exit button right here. Let me show it to you. Double click again, perform exit. I've actually used click event. Right click event, come here and click on the click event. With the click event, that's it right there. So you can always select different events. Okay, the next thing I've done is with the reset button. That's the reset for all of the components on board. There they are. So if I come to the design, right click, click event as well. Well, I think I've used action perform. Yeah, that's it. That's the event I've used there, and here is all the reset button. Okay, so let's go back in there. Now the major one, I've completed that as well. Right click on total. I've used mostly if statement for that, but before that let me show you the date. Okay, if I come to events, I've used event, perform the following events. Okay, with the following event, these are the lines of code that generate the time. That from here to here generate the time. Okay, that generate my time. And here, this is for the date. Okay, maybe let's enter as follows underneath date, and here let's enter time here. Okay, that's for time. And right underneath here have my random number generator there. Let's enter one more space. That's random number generator. Okay, this from here down here, those are the lines of code. Sorry, up to here, those are the lines of code for random number generator. Okay, and here, this is just for the route. Okay, the route of the train, wherever the train is going. I just enter any as the default. Okay, so that is that for the time. You can always use click event as well. The click event seems to have a lot of codes in there. That's why for you to get the time and the date working, you need to import as follows. Like I said earlier on, right here, you must import those two components, those two objects right there must be imported. Okay, let's go back into the design. Now for the total, if I double click on the total, oh, that brought me here. That's the default. Okay, let's come here, right click event, and scroll to where we have the mouse click right there. On mouse click, I've declared the following local variables. These are the variables I've declared. The first one is for tax, and this is for the mileage, and that's for another mileage. Yeah, the mileage, 20 miles, you pay about 45 pounds plus, and 30 miles you pay 55. 8 miles, 8 pounds, and 12 miles, 12 pounds. And here I have the total variable, total cost variable, economy variable, that's the amount you pay extra on economy, and first class, that's the extra you pay on first class. Now if you look here, I've used the conditional statement as if statement. If jRB standard is selected, and I've used a logical operator, the single operator is the single object is selected, and another logical operator, the adult is selected, and the selected item on the combo box is button. Carry out the following calculation. So we multiply the tax by the mileage divided by 100 to give us the cost, total cost, and that is for tax. So that is assigned to this string. Okay, and this string is then stored inside jLabel tax. Okay, if you have a good look at it from here down, that is the very first part of the codes. Okay, and this from here up to here, that is for the subtotal, while from here up to here, that's for total. And this total, the price is shown on the receipt. This is shown on the receipt as well. All of these down here are shown on the receipt. And the next thing I did for the rest is just else if. Okay, now let's see the first else if statement. That is the first else if statement. Let's move this down a little bit, maybe even close it. Okay, the first else if statement right there. Else if is an adult in this case, and the first one here is an adult as well. So the else if in this case is single, and we come down here. This is for return. Okay, else if it's for a return ticket, you pay extra. If you notice, it's multiplied by 2. In this case, it's not multiplied here, but it is multiplied here by 2. Okay, that's the first else if statement. Now let's have a look at the else if. Supposing is a child. That's a child right there. See, this is changed. Notice the adult, that's a child, and under 18, so we minus 18. That's my own formula for the children. just minus 18. Okay, and the child is one way. Okay, now else if the child is a return, it's on a return trip, we multiply it by 2, deduct 18, if you notice, and that is it. Another else if. So what I would do next is just scroll down gradually so that you guys can see all of the codes. Okay, let's have a good look at it so that you can put something together, something similar together. Scroll down. That's the next else if you notice it's all the same coding pattern. That is still standard. We need to go to economy. That's standard. If you have any need for the code, you can always send me an email and I will forward the codes to you. Okay, so we're now in economy. You can see that's the difference. Else if it's an economy and it's adult and it's a one way. Okay, if you notice there's no, I've not multiplied or I've not times it by 2 here. So let's move down again. Now that's a child. I've deducted £18 from the fee and multiply by 2 because it's a return ticket. And that is it for the adult. It's a return ticket, if you notice, and multiply by 2. You can see that's an adult return and it's an economy. So let's move on. Like I said, if you have any need for these lines of code, just send me an email and I'll forward it to you. Okay, that's all for the economy. Now I reckon we head into the first class. Now we are in the first class zone. That's the first class right there. The difference between the first class, if you notice in this case, that is it right there. The variable declared up there, this F class is equal to £5.60. Okay, that's first class there. Okay, take it down. And that is all for this very program. Okay, so what I'll do next is just run it again so that you guys have a good look at it and see how it works. If you want, you can always send me an email, like I said, and I'll forward these lines of code to you. It's a very long line of if statements. And that would be the end of the first class as well. So let's save. Now build and run the system, and there it is. Okay, now select maybe first class, return, destination Oxford, maybe an adult, click. Okay, total, as the total right there as well, as the total fare, ticket number, class is first class, return ticket, and adult, London to Oxford, this day and this time. And that is all, guys. That's how you develop your own train ticketing system in Java NetBeans. Like I said, if you need these codes, just send me an email. You all have a nice day now.